Hi everybody, welcome to my latest video. It's an absolutely gorgeous evening after a brutally hot day, but I've actually been hiding inside catching up on video work because I took some time off to spend with my friend Inga and my goddaughter Maya, who visited for a week. So you'll see some of that in this video. It includes lots of stuff in the garden, just fun times, and we also take a break to Lisbon as well for 3 days. This video is packed. It's another long one, and I've taken a visit down to Chenade's to see what she's been up to. Catch up on loads of land stuff after focusing mostly on building with my parents, and do a lot of stuff in the garden and just get kind of on top of things that have been left for a while. And I finished the video off with a trip to a nearby village for a DJ light show event that was pretty fun actually. Didn't know what to expect, but I share some of the images from that right at the end of the video. So there's a lot of different stuff packed in this one. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again at the end. So before I get going on the work, I just wanted to stop and say hello to Tracy Trumpet, who's looking very saggy at the moment. But I'm going to give her a drink, and it's going to be absolutely amazing to see how much she perks up. So here she is before the drink. And here's Tracy now, just a few hours later, looking a lot happier, a lot more perky. It's just such a beautiful plant. And it's amazing to think that there were no flowers on her just a few days ago, and now she's absolutely packed. The ants are seeming to like her. She smells lovely. What do you think, Larry? Got Larry and Mikey out. So it's a stunning evening. The cats are loving it. It's beautiful out here after a really hot day. I'm going to say goodbye from tonight, and I'll see you again bright and early tomorrow for some more work. It's a hot and hazy day. The sun is blazing down. The grass is finally starting to get crispy after several days of brutal weather. I've been hiding inside, catching up on video work and using that as my excuse to avoid this brutal weather. But Sinead has no excuses. She is trying to get her bathroom built before some friends of hers visit, I think in a few weeks, and she's been powering on ahead with it. I haven't shown you as much as I would have liked because I've been up at my place working hard with my parents. So she's done a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to help her out getting the walls up, which is pretty exciting. She's moving along at a great pace, and it's going to be a really cool structure. Wow, so she's already got a wall up. I expected you would need my help for both of them, Sinead. And here you are.
I figured it out,
Kirsty. Powering on ahead. She's got the deck up. Last we saw her, she was just working on those little footing things. And you've basically got yourself a little dance floor. We're gonna get an Irish jig out of you?
Indoors dance floor.
Yeah, gonna get up there and do a little doodly-doo.
Not with that wall.
Okay, maybe that's...
She not secure?
That's probably a fair point.
Mean, you know, she's... I've got things, I've got props, but I wouldn't trust an Irish dance on
Yeah,
that.
I don't think it's Irish dancing ready, but soon.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
I love it. I love it. This is
I know.
all solo work, and it hasn't taken you that long.
I know.
In the grand scheme of things.
Bathroom.
It's pretty amazing. So let's get this second wall up.
Second wall. I know when I need help. When I need help, I ask. Yeah.
Yeah, but you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did try to move it by myself.
You did build an entire fence by yourself, so I feel like you probably could have managed this.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you called upon me.
Yeah, it was too heavy.
The important thing is that you tried to do the ridiculous.
I tried.
Okay. Closer? Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go up. Hey, see, I couldn't have done that by myself. Ta-da!
I love it.
Very simple, eh?
Simple,
Anybody can make.
Simple but effective.
Very effective.
Place
yeah.
to have a crap and a shower.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
Exactly. Exactly. I love it.
Little diddly-doo. Look at the sturdiness of this thing.
It's very sturdy.
It's amazing.
It's very sturdy.
So what's going in here?
Over here will be my shower.
Alright.
Shower.
Mm-hmm.
Toilet.
With an
And
added feature.
I'm thinking, I have a window which I hope is going to fit from one of the neighbours. And I'm thinking here, from what I can remember, it's quite a big window. So I'm thinking, poo with a view.
Who doesn't love a poo with a view?
Exactly.
And an
I
added,
just hope it fits in there.
the added bonus of the toilet is that underneath
Yes.
is going to be the correct height to pull a bucket in and out.
Yep.
So it can be emptied from the outside, which
Exactly.
is genius.
I'm going with a smell-free toilet inside.
Everyone loves a smell-free toilet. That's what I always say.
Yeah. It's going to be lovely.
So well done. What's the next steps?
Thank you. The next steps is making her a bit secure, putting on the
bracing?
rafters,
Get the windows.
get the window, and do the boards on the outside.
Gloriousness.
Yeah.
So I'll be checking in.
I have a date. I've got people coming.
What's the arrival
People
time?
from the city world.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be here mid 20 something, early 20s of June. If there is no toilet, I'll be in trouble.
Those people from the city world, they do have demands. They're a little harder to please than us.
They do.
I mean, I just got a shower after 4 years, so you know, I don't ask for a
I've just
lot.
been moving my toilet around for the last year.
Yeah.
But finally I got my baby in place.
I love it.
Just takes a visit from a friend to get your shit together.
Get your ass in gear.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to check in on the progress at Chenade's a little more often now.
Thank you.
Well done, Chenade.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, see you soon. So after a wonderful month with my parents, focused mostly up on the house, I've got a lot of work to do on the land. The grass has gone completely bonkers. It's over my head in some spots, and that's after I've done quite a bit of strimming already. So we had a flurry of rainy activity, and it's just sent things crazy again. So I have a bag full of batteries. I've got some time, and I'm going to put in a couple of hours of strimming work to try to see if I can deal with this monstrosity. Let's go. So the grass is quite thick and it keeps getting caught. A little bit of a reverse. That should take care of it. So this could take a while, but luckily it's a beautiful day and I enjoy strimming and I can really see the progress as I mow through this. So that's always very rewarding. Let's go this way. So here's where I'm at. This is the work I've got to do. Here's where I've been. I've definitely got my work cut out for me. And I'll check in again when this is hopefully all done. All right, so the strimming is done. Well, it's 8 batteries done. I used up all the batteries I had. And I think one of the advantages of strimming the dry grass is that it's less strain on the strimmer. And so the batteries last longer. So I've managed to get most of this terrace done. But the jungle at the back of my land remains mostly intact. I feel like I need to get in there with something a little more serious. Maybe the clippers, maybe the chainsaw. I don't know, it's pretty scary in there. But for the most part, you can walk on the terrace. It's lovely. And I'm extremely gross and super looking forward to my nice new hot water shower that I finally have up and running. And before I head up there, I'm going to head into the jungle because I've taken this opportunity to put the hose on my trees while I've been working. So this is my lime tree. She's looking like she's packed with fruit. The pear tree is looking pretty happy. Got some little pears on there. Last year I had a tree full of pears one day, and then I feel like I came the next day and they were all gone. And I feel like the same might be happening here. There's a few there. It was the other pear tree that was loaded and then it was empty. Let's go over and see that pear tree. So this tree is really sprung up in size since last year. And yeah, there's lots of pears on this one. And I think with pears and apple trees and a whole bunch of other different types of trees, it's important to have two different varieties, or maybe the same varieties, planted close together so that they can help each other form fruit. And speaking of my apple tree, it's definitely looking a lot more upright and tree-like now that I've pruned it and propped it. And I think it's giving some fruit as well. So I've got some little babies forming, and I think this year I'm going to be a lot more vigilant about taking off some of the fruit so it doesn't get overloaded. We've got some larger ones there, and I think I also have some aphids on this tree too, so I need to come at this with some soapy water. Yeah, there's some funky stuff happening here. The ants, they just love my place, and it looks like they're farming aphids on this tree. So I might give that a little trim later on. And the thing that I gave a trim that's going to be the most important thing at the moment is the path to the tap, because I couldn't find it before. This is a massive jungle in here, and it was hidden to the point where Sinead didn't even know where it was and she wanted to turn it on. So obviously I have a leak there that needs to be addressed. But for the moment, let's just turn this off. The trees have been watered. This jungle still remains. It's terrifying. I wonder how full my well is. Haven't peeked in here in a while. It's looking a little low. But I've never actually even used my well water. It's more there as a reserve, so I don't worry about the levels too much. So, it's been a wonderful day of strimming. It's turned into a beautiful day. And yeah, I feel like I deserve that shower. So I'm gonna head up, clean myself off, and I'll see you for some more work very soon. Welcome to Portugal!
Hello.
Inga and Maya here. Woo!
Hi Larry, are you gonna come for a walk with us, or are you just gonna chill out up here? Gonna chill out? Alright, you have a nice day. Oh, that's so good.
Yum.
Oh,
Yeah?
wow. It's so juicy. Wow.
Banana lemon. What's it gonna be like? Oh,
What?
that's weird. Gonna give it a try? So put it on and then push down. Oh, a little bit of juice. It's not your first time squeezing a lemon.
It is.
Nice technique. Let's see. Nice.
Good job, Maya.
Woo!
Is that okay?
All right, what have we got there?
Think
Sugar
so.
syrup
Syrup.
and some mint. Nice. I got the glorious, glorious lemonade. Amazing. So, Maya, what do we have here?
We have a mix with this raspberry and that stuff.
Raspberry and mint
And mint.
together at last. And this one's solo mint.
Solo
And
mint.
that's...
And these ones are just raspberry.
All right, what's your favorite one?
That one.
Give it a sip. Let's see the reaction with an ice cube now. To lemonade from the garden,
Lemonade from the
lemons from the
garden.
garden, mint from the garden, and raspberries from the garden.
Delicious.
To summer. We've discovered this little guy. Might be sour, but I hope it's sweet for you. Oops.
It's good.
Yeah? You gonna share some with Mom?
No. Take out that stuff and that stuff and that stuff, everything.
Okay, those are onions. Look at this thing. Onions, carrots. Don't even know what this is, if anything. And garlic in the middle. Let's start with this big guy, but he's got ants on him, so we don't know what he'll be like.
Do it.
Get in there.
Do it.
Give it a pull. Oh! Oh!
Oh my goodness. That looks like.
It's 4 carrots in one.
Oh my goodness. Nice.
Probably. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
So
that is
it's
so
like
many.
carrots with baby carrots on the carrots. Carrots with arms. 2 legs and 1 arm. So can you find the other carrots?
Yeah. Do you want all the carrots up?
We're gonna take the whole bed up, and we're gonna.
Then you need to go hunting for the. Oh, look at God. That's the baby carrot
Yep.
of these. This.
What do you think this one is? Look at how small the leaves are on that one. See him? See the leaves? Yep.
Bruh. I think that's
Oh, it's cute.
It's like the one you get on the soap and water.
Yeah. So, want to do this guy?
Yeah.
Ah, he's practically already out of the ground. Oh, perfect.
job.
Can you pull that one up? Can you reach in from?
Put it in here.
Yeah. Ooh, uh-oh.
Bruh.
You can do it.
You can do it.
No, you can't.
I've never pulled a garlic up. I didn't know it was so difficult. Whoa!
Wow!
Oh, that's awesome.
A few purple.
That's so cool.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Yeah.
It smells garlic.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna get this one that's sitting right at the top. Ooh. Wow, you guys are going fast. You've got some experience. It's a race.
I got all these.
I think I won.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a bunch too.
It's not a contest, Inga.
It is a contest.
I got 5.
Everything.
I got 5 too. It's a tie. Ha ha ha. Yay. So flat end, pointy end.
I know.
And can you find the tomato plants?
I
Yep.
choose that.
You choose that one. Right. And so you want to be a little bit,
There?
yep, somewhere around there. And you want to try to get it in straight up and down. See this one, how it's straight? So you might have to pull it out again and then put it in more straight. So you can stand closer, a little bit closer, and then go straight down. Yeah. Almost. Oh, yeah, nice one. Big muscles. Watch your hair. Boop. Lovely. What do you think of the morning's work? It's gonna be a hot one today. So you can chill out.
Well, that's a tiny little thing.
Yeah, I planted a weed by accident, so be gone, weed. Be gone. And I found
Maybe you want to like try to.
it's a lonely spinach.
How do you even?
Just get in there with your hands, guys. There's already a hole from the other plant. Yeah. Let's squash it right in there. Try to get it.
It needs
So-
to be like up.
yeah.
Right, yeah, there you go.
And then you pack the soil back around it.
Oh, wait.
And then you squash it in nice and firmly. And as he's standing at attention, he looks much happier. And then you tuck him in with the straw. And then hopefully he's gonna grow big and strong like these guys. And then we can eat him.
Cool.
Uh-oh, you're dirty. That's okay, it's part of being in the garden. Ah. So we've had some fun planting done. What do you think? You've risen from your slumber. You seems to approve. So now you guys are chilling by the pool, taking a well-deserved break. Hello. And I am gonna go to the greenhouse, repot some chilies, and then head down to say hello to Sinead. So I've got a few baby jalapenos repotted. These have been taking forever to grow, but they finally had a little growth spurt. Came down to get the magic marker, so I actually know the chilies that are in there. It's mostly jalapenos, but I also have some exciting varieties, such as padron pepper, cherry bomb, prairie fire chili, and I'm curious to see how those look when they grow. I've also got the basils finally coming to life. The ones I have in the garden are from the supermarket, but you can never have enough basil. So I hear Sinead down over yonder sanding her little heart out. I'm gonna go say hello. I've got the walkie-talkie to stay in communication with the upper team. See you soon. See you soon, over.
Yes, you will.
Oh, oh,
How about it tonight? Over and out.
over and out. Ah, just look at this. Look at
Greetings.
these beautiful sanded pieces of pine.
She's going to be a fine, fine toilet.
It really is.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. The roof is ready to go. The walls are going. They're going to be slow, but it's going to be beautiful. Yeah?
There's something slow about over here. Snail girl.
How dare you?
Snail girl.
How very dare you?
Oh, actually, you're not a snail, are you? What are you?
I think my spirit animal is a turtle. So
Oh, yeah.
this thing,
It's the greatest sander I've ever worked with.
I've never tried it before, and
It's
I'm excited.
amazing. It just powers through.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for like a fine finish, you like a bit of rough. Wow.
This is the sander for you.
It's great. It just powers through.
You are enjoying.
Because I am going for the rustic look after all. I don't need it to be a fine finish, but it powers through.
Yeah.
This is going to become an outdoor kitchen, this area.
So bathroom first, and then a roof is going to kind of come off
Yeah.
somehow.
From there to there. I'm going to fix that roof. I know now how to do roofs. I'm a roofing expert. So I'm going to fix that roof because it's shambles.
This roof is a sad.
It's
sad-
crying.
It's melting.
It's crying.
But
so
now you know how to support it properly.
I'm going to
so.
do roof 2.0.
That was like an emergency situation roof because we did it during rainy season.
I didn't know how to do a roof. So now I do.
Yeah.
Why? Because I looked it up.
Oh, that's a novel idea.
Actually, no, every time I go into someone's like wooden building, I'm like, oh, this is how you build a roof. Inga Maya, this is the west gate calling. Oh, actually, it's the east gate. I repeat, the east gate.
Over.
Hi. Love you too. Do you want us to do anything? I didn't quite catch the gate to talk. Over.
You did a great job with over.
Great. Over. Yeah, over now.
Over now.
She said over and out.
And that's the end of that. Cool, so I'll leave you to it. I've got some greenhouse stuff to get to. I'm excited about the chili plants that are on the way.
You might need that. To find your friends.
Exactly. So this is her now, and we'll come back to check in periodically. I imagine there'll be some walls going on pretty soon, yeah?
I'm going to stain these bad boys up today.
Okay.
I did the small wall because I'm going through the really scrappy pile at the moment.
I'm looking for the crappiest short bits.
I'm looking for the best crappiest bits. Not the crappiest bits. I'm looking for the best crappiest.
So these are the crappiest.
That's
the firewood.
This is the firewood.
And these are the best of the crappiest.
Yeah, and then I'm going to open up the third pile. The third pile, which has, I think, some good pieces in it that would be good for like
For the longies.
yeah, the long part.
All right, sounds like you have a plan.
I have a plan.
I'm gonna leave you to it, and I'll see
Overnight.
you for lunch,
Yeah, see you.
possibly.
Toodles.
Toodles. And so this is the work that I've got ahead of me, sticking all these little baby plants into bigger pots. Ready? So, Maya, you've been here for 3 days with your mom.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Seeing the little froggies.
Seeing the frogs and the toad?
Yes.
Cool. And where are we going to now?
Lisbon.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yes.
All right. Me too. Hi! Woo! Good morning, everybody. It's a brand new day, and I'm actually back from 3 days in Lisbon with Maya and Inga. We had an absolutely wonderful time. I put the camera away for most of it, but I filmed a few things. We went to see some fado. We had a lovely meal in the park after with my friend Kimbo, who was also in town. We went to the zoo. We walked around Lowe's. It's just such a beautiful city. And it was really nice to take a break, get away, and spend some time with a friend and my goddaughter, who I haven't seen for over 3 years. So that was absolutely wonderful. But now it's time to get back to work. And a lot of that work is going to be focused in the garden because the sun has been out and things are going really nuts down there, and I've got plenty to do. The first thing I'm going to do is harvest some berries because I think my blueberry and raspberry plants are happy and healthy and given some fruit, and so we're gonna see what's there for me to have for breakfast because I'm up early today, and I'm gonna start off with some yogurt and berries. So it looks like we've got some raspberries here and some blueberries around as well, so let's harvest. So the berries on my raspberry plant are pretty small, and I'm not sure if it's because these are basically neglected raspberry plants, and they're pretty old. The ones down at Chenade's place, they're brand new. She only bought them this year, and she's got some nice luscious raspberries on her plant. But mine are looking a little shrivelly, you know, not as happy. So she's got a plant down there, and my dream, one of my big dreams for this land, is to have a giant berry patch that we share with all kinds of berries and irrigation and just make a lovely space to grow berries, because they're really expensive in the supermarket, and I eat a lot of berries, have them on my yogurt in the morning for breakfast, and it makes sense to actually grow stuff you eat. It is easy to get into the habit of just getting excited about gardening and growing a lot of stuff that I don't actually eat. I don't like eggplants. Why do I grow them? Why did I grow them last year? Who knows? Just because I was excited. But I've learned my lesson, and there's definitely things that I won't grow again this year. But berries are definitely one of the things that I love, and so growing them makes a lot of sense. So I've got some nice big blueberries here, and I've got some more blueberries over here, and the blueberries on this plant are a lot smaller. It's a different variety. It is Legacy, so these ones are tiny. I don't know if that's just because of the variety or because the plant's not happy, but there's all kinds of different varieties that you can pick up at the market. And I just like to see the difference between them. It's very interesting, I think. So, let's see. There's another raspberry over here. Creamy little raspberry. And yeah, I think I've got a pretty decent haul to stick on my yogurt this morning. Plus, I spotted a strawberry over yonder, and I'm gonna get that one too. And so this garden is gonna look completely different by the time I'm done with it today. I have some massive plans for a good 8 hours of work at least, just getting everything finished. I need to tie up the tomato plants, I need to prune them, I need to weed stuff, I need to get mulch on the beds, I want to completely clear out this side bed. I just have a lot of stuff ahead of me, but first, breakfast. So look at these two absolutely gorgeous strawberries. That has to be the perfect strawberry. I love finding the perfect strawberry. And that one's, you know, she's small, but I'll save her for tomorrow. And then I have some other strawberry plants in the ground as well. So hopefully they start producing pretty soon. And I'll be having some very lovely breakfasts of fresh berries in the mornings. So I'm gonna get some food in my face and prepare for what's gonna be a really busy and fairly physical and hopefully very fun and productive day of work. Okay, so I've got some yogurt, some berries, a few walnuts, and some maple syrup in there to make it a little sweeter because I don't really love sour stuff. So I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast, psych myself up for a pretty serious day of work, enjoy the cool breeze before the hot weather comes, and enjoy this beautiful view. And I gotta say, I really am a big fan of this space. It's just so nice to come out here with your morning coffee, your breakfast, and it's a great way to start the day. A rogue garlic. I was actually very excited to pull these up. They're really cool and I've never grown garlic before. Some of them had little pests living in it, so I'll take this apart, see if they're good, and yeah, maybe stick them in dinner tonight. Okay. The bed is weeded. I'm gonna cover that with compost from my compost bin, add some horse poo pellets, cover it all with cardboard, and then mulch. But before I get to anything, I think I need to do something about this. So won't you come with me into the polytunnel of doom? It's a lot less doom-like because a lot of the wood has been used by my dad when he was working on the Tully Tower. And what I need is some nails. These might do. They're kind of a crazy head. These are roofing nails, but perhaps it'll do the trick. Probably don't need these. Be gone. I think the nail's kind of broken off. But the important thing is that it's making a wedge so that this thing doesn't want to spin around. Alright, much better. Back to the garden. Okay, so the compost has been added. You can see it's not fully broken down. I've got some eggshells and some peanut stuff in there, but that can't hurt. I've got some ash just because I have it, and why not? There might be a reason why not, but it's going in anyway. And I have some horse poo pellets for some fertilizer goodness. And now, mixy, mixy, mixy. Potatoes! I didn't grow these, don't know where they came from. That's pretty cool. I'll put them with the garlic. And another surprise vegetable. What? More potatoes! That's cool. And a little baby onion. It is the bed of surprises. What else will I find in here? So, my goal for this is to make the beds bigger and the paths a bit smaller. Maybe not that small. Get more space over here. And I was just gonna close the bed off, cover it in cardboard and mulch, and leave it until next year. But I do need to go to the market tomorrow. I need to go to town. And I think I might pick up a few plants and actually get this bed planted. We'll see, time will tell. And if I don't actually plant it, I can let it rest over the winter, and it'll be ready to go in the summer, which will save me some work next year. So I'm gonna do this exact same thing with that bed over there, and then get it all covered in cardboard and mulched. Wait, what's this? Looks like I'm also growing some superbuck. These things, they just appear everywhere. Okay, so this is the bed now, and that's the other bed now. Pretty soon I'm gonna have 2 complete prepared garden beds. And there it is, it's looking good. I've got some cardboard down, and I'm using what might be a controversial material as mulch. We went and collected a whole bunch of wood chips, but as it turns out, it's more pine needles than wood chips. And that's not ideal as mulch, from what I've heard from some people, because it's gonna make the soil more acidic than maybe I want. But it's what we have. I don't even know if I'm gonna use this year. Other people have also said that if the pine needles are dried and old, it won't affect the soil. And so if I just leave this here this year, maybe it'll be fine. And then I've got the same mulch over on this bed as well. And I might put the chili plants that I have in the greenhouse into this bed once those plants get a chance to get a little bit bigger. So as you can see, there's been an outfit change. It's actually quite a bit later in the day because Sinead and I had a visitor pop over. So we had some lemonade and just relaxed a little bit. But now it's time to get back to it. So over here we have Mr. Grapefruit. I could probably chop off these branches, but it's looking pretty healthy. No sign of any fruit yet though. And then we've got some comfrey, and the rest is weeds. So let's do this the easy way with my beloved snap. Okay, done. And this is definitely the tool for the job. It's wonderful. And hello there, I just spotted this little guy. I love seeing ladybugs in the garden. Even though he's a lonesome little ladybug, maybe he has some more friends around. So tell your friends to come hang out in here and eat the aphids, because I found a whole bunch of ants over here, and I have a feeling they're eyeing out my beautiful grapefruit tree to farm some aphids, and I know the ladybugs love to munch on them. So that was the first weeding for the day. Weeding is not my great love, but it does make a massive difference with a little bit of work. So let's get into this tomato bed and weed it, and let's do it the same way. Okay, another bed is weeded and looking much happier. This tool truly is a beast. Normally I would prefer to put cardboard down before I put the plants in, cardboard or mulch, and then poke a hole in it and stick the plant in. But I didn't have any cardboard or mulch at the time, so I'll just go around and place it later on. So this still needs more attention. Another thing I really need to do is pick off all of these, I call them tomato armpits, but really they're kind of like tomato shoulder spikes, assuming this is like a neck and this is an arm, and this guy here has to go. So if you don't pull these off fairly vigilantly as the tomato plant is growing, it wants to grow a whole other, I guess, new tomato plant sort of out of the side. So it starts growing sideways instead of vertical. And at least at the beginning, you want to stick with the plant growing vertical so things don't get too crazy in the garden. I always start off very ambitiously. I'm usually really on top of these things. But then at some point towards the end of the growing season, you just kind of get overwhelmed with all the harvesting and all the processing. And then the tomato plants tend to go insane. So there probably are a few here that, yeah, so this one here, it's gotten really big. So these two here, they just look like new tomato branches, but they're actually little ones that need to be taken off to prevent the plant growing out that way and that way. So sometimes you get them when they're little, and sometimes they actually grow really big and you need a tool to cut them off. So it's something I like to stay on top of. Yeah, like this one here. So I believe, oh wait a minute. So who knows what's happening here. So this one here is actually a tomato armpit that can come off. I should probably do it with a tool, but I've always found just breaking it off cleanly is fine. And then I'm pretty sure there's another one here. And you can see that this one here, I believe, is growing out of this branch, and it needs to go too. So I'm going to take it off, and then the plant can continue to grow upwards. So this one is a little bit crazy. I've got to get in here and do the same thing. I also try to harvest my basil regularly by snapping off the stem where there's two nodes, and that means that the basil plant's more likely to grow out bushy and less likely to start forming flowers. So I want to pick the basil before it forms flowers, but I'm going to make a round of pesto soon, and so I'll leave that as it is until I'm ready to make the pesto. But snapping off the tomatoes is definitely a job that needs to be done now. And luckily, it's one of my favorite jobs, which might be a weird thing, I don't know, but I enjoy it quite a bit. So this tomato bed needs some attention. The tomato bed over there needs to be done as well. But right now, I've got the tool of joy, and I'm gonna tackle a job that's been bothering me for a really long time. And that's the lilies. So I'm gonna just leave this as is. It's fine for the moment. One thing I will point out is how swampy it still is here. I've cleared the overflow, but the water tank is still leaking quite a bit out of the kind of rock wall area. So I don't know if I can get in there with something and just, I don't know, stick a whole bunch of, I don't know, waterproofer or who knows what in there to fix that, but it really is causing some problems in my garden. But it's not going to be bad for the vegetable patches. They're going to get more water, and that's always a good thing. But it just makes walking around this area really quite difficult. So the lilies are fine. I love them. I think they look amazing. But beneath there is actually a staircase. And I'm going to have to chop my way through so I can actually see where I'm walking. So in my experience, these things are super invasive, so I don't want to just toss them in the compost bin after I chop them. I'm going to stick them in the wheelbarrow and leave them in the sun and let them get all dry and crusty and hopefully dead, so that when I finally do put them in the compost, they don't want to regrow and go everywhere. But yeah, they are beautiful. Well, they're beautiful when they're fresh, and I love having them here. I just don't want them all over my land. So this could be quite a satisfying job. So many good noises. And I always find disgusting lemons in here because that's where they fall, so let's just stick you back there with your friends. Not entirely sure what this is, but that can go too. It really is quite nice to be able to see where your feet are going when you're walking, and having these grow over this doesn't allow that. So safety first, guys. Safety before beauty. Alright, so I've trimmed that off and you still can't really see the stairs. They're more under there, but we'll see them very soon. It's just one of those snapping kind of days. Okay folks, we have stairs I can walk up without feeling like I'm gonna break my neck. We have lilies on that side, lilies on that side, lily remnants, lilies in the wheelbarrow, lilies everywhere, lilies for everyone. So since this snapping thing seems to be a theme for the day, I also want to get this mulch onto this tomato and basil bed. So let's do it again. And she's done. If only the work were actually that fast and simple, but it's actually been a pretty hard slog today. Luckily it hasn't been too hot, but I've been busy. I've also done a whole bunch of other things. I've tied up all the tomatoes because even though Inga and Maya did it just a few days ago, these things are growing like monsters and I had to do it again. I've pulled the cucumber plants up the trellis thing a bit more and tied them on with their little tendrils, so they're climbing up nicely. And I've also got some little pickles on the way, which is really cool. I've kind of did a half-assed effort at weeding the paths, but it's a lot better than it was. I've put some green stuff on the cherry tree and also snipped off the tops a little bit because they were getting infested with aphids, and hopefully that helps with that. I gave the grapefruit tree a little bit of a prune as well, tidied that up a bit, even though it's not the season for it, but I think it's probably going to be fine. And I think that's about it. So I've been really busy and I'm feeling quite tired. I didn't get a nap in today. I've just been going for it in the garden and it feels good, but I am going out tonight, so let's see if I can stay awake. I'm not expecting a late one, but there's some event on in a nearby village and we're gonna go check that out tonight, so hopefully that's good. If it is, I'll share it with you guys. But yeah, overall, it's been a lovely day. It's nice to be outside again, hands in the soil, getting dirty, and tidying up the garden, which has been quite neglected. I think what I'll end up doing is alternating garden videos with building videos for the next little while, because I still do have a lot of stuff to do. I've got grass to cut. I've only done about half the garden. I've got some other beds to do. I've got to give some attention to my chili plants, and I've got to get some stuff out of the greenhouse and into the ground as well. So it's been a great day. I feel like I've done a lot, and now I'm gonna go get tidied up, another well-deserved hot shower, and then head out for the evening. Okay, let's wrap things up there. That was a surprisingly fun night out. I had no idea what to expect. I'm not massively into DJ stuff, but the light show was amazing. And it was a really fun crowd that came in from far and wide to this event. It was something that was bigger and more popular than I expected it to be. So yeah, fun night out. And overall, it's been a fun few weeks with Inga visiting and Maya, and catching up with Chenade, and just getting on with land work, getting my hands dirty in the soil again. Always feels good. So I'm gonna switch focus from the garden back to building for the next video. I've got lots of stuff to do here, and yeah, lots of fun, exciting things to come. And I'm gonna be battling the heat, but that's just a part of life in Portugal. So that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, share it around, and I'll see you in the next one.